trick for your pyramid, there is a problem. I'm going to have you make a pyramid. I'm going to give you a specific size for it. And I'd like you to sketch it just real quick. This is the pyramid we're going to do. And it's going to be 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and then it's going to be 12 centimeters tall. Using capital H as three-dimensional height. There's a problem when I go to drawing my sketch for my net. I'll show you what it is. This is no problem. This 10 by 10 thing in the middle, really easy to make. This is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Now, as you make this thing, what you want to do is measure very carefully to make sure that this is dead center, right? So this is 5 and 5 on each side. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go out however far this is. This is not 12. And I'm going to color code this for you. I'm going to put it in green. Put this size in green. This side is not this blue line right here. Isn't it this green line right here? Y'all see how it's different? This is called the slant height. Let me put it in green on here. It's right here. It's not the tall, it's the height along the edge right here. So this distance is different than that distance by a little bit. And if you don't make your object correctly, a lot of times people won't buy it. Let's say you work at a sheet metal shop and they tell you specific sizes. If it doesn't turn out the way it's supposed to, and it's off by 1/2 centimeter, not only are you not going to get paid, you're going to get a really angry customer because he's not going to be able to finish his job. So you need to be able to plan ahead. How big is this? That's 5. And this is a right angle, isn't it? Because this is a right rectangular pyramid. See that blue? How do we find out how long the green one is? Pythagorean theorem. Go ahead and do it. I'm going to draw my triangle on the side so you can see it. Write it up. See if you can find how long it is. It works out nice and even. Now most of the time it won't. Most of the time you're going to have to use decimals to make this work out. But in this one it works out really nice. I did it on purpose. So you have your diagram. It's labeled. This is A, here's B. We don't know how big C is. What do I put for A? B? 12. And C we don't know. That's 25 plus 144. What's that? 169. Do I make that 169 long? Got to take the square root. What's that? 13. This thing happens to be 13 centimeters long. It's not 12, it's 13. If you get it wrong, it won't work out right. It's just a little tiny bit off, isn't it? And so you make this one 13, you make this one 13, you make this one 13, and then you just draw in your edges, put some tabs on it, and the pyramid works out really quick. Make sure that from here to here, remember, is 36 centimeters both ways, right? So what I would do is before I ever started, I would make a 36, maybe even cut it out so that it looks like that, no? Then you waste less. See what I mean? This has to be 36 long, doesn't it? Well, actually, the diagonal has to be 36, so this can be a little smaller. But as long as this is 36, you're going to have plenty of room. Y'all see why? You have 13, and 10, and 13 makes 36. So as long as this is longer than 36, you got more than enough room for that. Pretty good to go? You guys are going to make one of these. Don't forget that you might want to include tabs on these guys. They fit together better if you have tabs. You can put them on the inside and tape them, and it really holds together well. Let me show you what the difference is. This one does not have tabs, and you see how I had to tape it in a bunch of different places? And it still tends to, even with real thick cardboard, it still tends to kind of fall in on itself, and it kind of mushes when you grab it. This one is nice and solid. If I push on it, nothing happens. And it's because it has tabs inside there that are holding it out. It's kind of like your studs in the walls. If you've ever done any building, you know that you have to have something inside to support it, and that's what those tabs do for you. This one, see how this one's a better example. You see how it pushes in? If you have tabs, it doesn't do that, because you can tape the tabs together with the inside of it, and it gives it structure. Okay? You guys are going to make one or the other. If you want to make both to get extra points, you're going to work with partners. If you want to work on your own, it's a little easier, but you can only do 2 per thing. There's lots of used poster board back there. We're going to do the used poster board for our first ones.